Hep. Are we all going?
We're live right now. I don't know when you're going to start the show. We're live right now.
Right now, it's going?
1 o'clock.
Wait,
on the dot.
On the dizzle.
We're live.
All right.
As live as you can get.
Then
Not
we should
really
say,
live.
Yeah. Good morning.
Tony.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
It's 1 o'clock on the dot.
Mm-hmm.
Gun and Stuff Whatever, number 8.
Number 8.
All right.
We're still here.
I know.
I'm going to say that every episode until we get to 10.
We've survived. And
After 10,
every episode,
we're running.
I'm going to say I'm very excited. Because I always am. Very excited. Do I seem excited?
Sometimes.
We've both been under the weather a bit the last week or so.
I'd say 5 out of the 8 you've been excited.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm excited today, man. I'm very excited.
It's a good
Friday.
Day. Yeah.
It's getting colder. Christmas time's coming up. That's always exciting.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Most wonderful time of the year.
Well, let's get into it. People don't want to hear us placate about weather and Christmas and our opinions.
I don't know why people tune into this show, but
I don't know
it
either.
could be for the weather.
Not that many do, so.
They watch Joe Biden.
That's true. They do. Well, because he's fun. He's more fun to watch. Because
No
he
way,
does
dude.
crazy things like, he goes, kids, rub my legs
Yeah.
in the pool.
I love when they sit on my lap.
And they watch the hairs pop up. And then they sit on my lap. I love when kids sit on my lap.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
What a weird thing
Yeah,
to say.
he's a crazy dude,
They
man.
bounce on my lap. I love that. Yeah. All right, well, let's jump into guns first. What do you say? Guns.
Guns it is. What do we have to talk about for guns, Tony? It's only the end of the year.
I know. Well, we're going to round out the year. Top 10 list of the most popular guns. You compiled this list. How did you go about compiling this?
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't?
It wasn't easy.
How'd you do it?
I wasn't here last year when you compiled your top 10 list.
That's true.
But I went through several top 10 lists, and not many of them actually covered just handguns. It was like the top 10 most selling guns. And they would include rimfires or, some really popular hunting long gun.
But
and
not
so I was looking
handguns.
I was looking for like the most popular, most sold defensive handguns. So this is like a list that I've compiled.
Yes.
Not from any specific one resource, but looking at multiple top 10 lists and seeing what guns kept showing up, and then kind of basing it also off of, what we sell holster, what our most popular holster sells for.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it.
It's about the only way to do it.
If people are buying holsters for it, it's probably pretty popular.
Yeah.
There's a clear distinctions, when new guns come out, it's clear that they're popular
Especially
or not.
for carry.
Especially for carry.
It's one thing
for
to say it's a
defensive
popular
use.
gun because it's, people are buying it and selling it, but it's another thing to differentiate and say this is a popular carry gun.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've gone out and bought a gun over the years just to have a good time at the range. With no interest in carrying it at all.
Had a FN57 for a minute.
Yeah.
That's one of those.
Yeah.
Not something you want to carry. We do make holsters for those, and we have.
Some people do.
And some people do. To each their own.
Yeah.
I ain't going to criticize. But seems like a bit of overkill for me.
Yeah.
But it's a good list. I think it's a good comprehensive list. So, of course, number 1 on the list, Glock 19. Classic carry gun. Very reliable. You carry one of those.
Yeah.
So, Glock 19
that's one that
top of the list.
Year after year after year is always on the top 10 list for most sold. One of the most sold, most popular handguns.
It's definitely been year after year after year one of the most popular holster models.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
The next one surprised me a little bit, the FN509.
A lot of people have been jumping on that 509.
It's one I've been seeing more and more of, too.
Yep.
It's kind of odd looking.
It is. It feels good in the hand.
It does.
I've not put an extensive amount of rounds through one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I have shot one.
I haven't.
It's a fairly comfortable gun. It's on par with your mid-size guns, and there's definitely a large following of FN users. So for them to kind of build a gun in that niche market,
and I have a
good price point and everything.
I have a FMP 45, and that's a nice gun. But the 509 looks a little blockier or something. It's something about it doesn't look quite right to me, but it's very popular. I've never shot one, so I can't really say. The other one is one that you have one of these as well, the P320, number 3 on the list.
Yep.
That's been very popular too, despite having some challenges this year.
Yeah, it's had some challenges this year, but nobody else, despite its challenges, nobody else is making a handgun that's that modular.
Yeah.
Pull the serialized trigger assembly out.
Genius move.
Change grip sizes, change calibers. If somebody else were to do that and keep them from accidentally discharging when you drop them or
That's
other
important.
stuff,
Yeah.
then maybe they'd be able to have some competition. But, I mean, they're killing it. Nobody else is doing it, man. They released that RX model.
Yeah. Oh, that's been blown up.
And the carry model with the RMR and the slide serrations and the cutout skeleton. They're hot items, man.
Yeah.
Slick looking pistols too.
For sure. Very popular, and the modularity of those is just genius.
Yeah.
Someone else is going to come up with that at some point. I'm sure they're all working on it.
Yeah.
Next one from SIG, also number 4, P365.
The P365
Extremely popular.
is a big one.
Now, recently the Hellcat's come out. It didn't make the list because it's relatively new.
It's very
We
new.
couldn't really categorize that as top 10 for this
I
year.
couldn't say it was one of the best selling handguns of the year.
No, you couldn't really say
when
that.
it came out 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Is all it had.
But it's been blowing up too, man. We did a whole segment on that. Maybe we'll put a little card.
Yeah.
People can go back and see our discussion about that.
Yeah, that 365 and the XL just
It's blowing
really
up.
a wonderful gun.
The M&P 2.0, number 5 on the list. M&P already a great classic pistol, and I have shot the M&P, and I own the Shield, but I've never shot the 2.0. But it's a little more slim. It's a little more streamlined. It also has a lot of the upgraded features now. The Pro Core series with the porting and the RMRs and everything installed on them. Those are super popular too.
And that doesn't even just go for the full size ones. The M&P 2.0 compacts that are about the size of the Glock 19. Those are really nice handling pistols.
Yeah, they feel good in the hand too.
Yeah. The texturing it's got that stippled texture, but it's not aggressive enough that when you grab it, you're going.
It's not uncomfortable. And the contour is just perfect.
Yeah.
And one that had to make the list because people keep buying these is the Ruger LCP.
That's right.
People keep buying those.
That's right. There's 2 of them on there that people just keep buying.
Yeah.
That are on there. But the LCP is one that just, I don't care what anybody, you get on, nobody wants you to know that they own an LCP.
Everybody owns an LCP.
Dude, the sales numbers for LCPs are outrageous.
Yeah.
People buy them just to have them. Throw it in your car, throw it in this bag, put one here, hide this one in the pantry.
Yeah.
I
bought one because when I first started carrying, or I was first getting into concealed carry, as making that decision, that was the gun that was recommended to me.
Yep.
As a great concealable gun. What nobody explained is this little tiny thing, and I felt like I was going to break it. I didn't even shoot it. I just bought one.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did I buy this?
I mean, you can get one for like $200. It holds like 6+1, and it's not the worst gun in the world. I don't enjoy shooting it like at the range or practically carrying it, but just to have some little backup that if it gets stolen, I'm not going to be heartbroken that my
it's better than nothing.
$1,000 gun is gone.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Just slightly.
Yeah. Yeah. There's the LCP2 and a rock.
Yeah. The LCP2,
That's not true. It's a
LCP2
gun's a gun. I don't.
Yeah, the LCP2 looks cooler to me. It just looks cooler.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it's that much better, really. That's a bigger trigger guard for some reason. Anyway, number 7, Taurus G2C.
That's the other one.
That's the other one that people keep buying.
Cannot get enough of those things, man.
People hate on Taurus guns, man. I said that before, but I've never had a problem with any of the Taurus pistols I own. In fact, one of my favorite guns of all time is a Taurus 1911. Never had one issue with that. Why are you shaking your head in silence?
I'm not. I just, in my background, the time that I spent working on and repairing guns in the gunsmithing department, yeah.
Build quality of the Taurus is subpar.
Yeah, most of the time it is like a 1 out of 10 situation. 1 is good out of the 10. We'd have to send them back. The customer service wasn't great. The problem is being made in Brazil. If I needed a spring, very easy replacement. This isn't working. I need a $2 spring. They won't just send me the spring. I have to send the whole gun back for them to put a spring in so that they can send it back. And most of the time, they don't even fix the gun. They'll just send you a brand new gun.
That's funny, man.
Which you're like, oh yeah, I got a new gun. But you had to wait forever for it, and it's probably going to break again.
I saw they just did ribbon cutting this week on a new U.S. manufacturing facility. See that?
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll start stepping it up.
I don't remember where it's at, but that'll make...
I want to say Arkansas or something, but I might be wrong about that.
Because there are other ones in Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
Miami. What I see. All right. Number 8, Glock 43. Extremely popular when it first came out.
That's another one that can't come off the list.
No. Although it's been offset a little by the next one, which is the Glock 48.
Yeah.
The 43X too, but I think people are going, if they have the 43, they're just going to the 48.
Yeah.
I don't think they're really going to the 43X that much.
Man, I'm going to be honest,
from the 43.
That gun definitely made the list because of its like sales and everything like that. But anybody who had a 48, unless you're just a I only own Glocks fan, dude, side by side to that 365.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because it's only like 9 or 10 rounds, I think. It's got the longer mag. It feels good in the hand. It feels great in the hand. Nice and slim and everything like that. But having that 12 and 13 round and potential, you could put a 15 round magazine in the P365.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
Dude.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah. That's a Glock 19 in
a little tiny
in that size platform.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Now of course your mag's like that, but still as a backup mag, dude, get out of here.
If you had a 48, you would need 2 extra mags.
Yeah.
And the last one is new this year too, isn't it? The P10C, the CZ P10C, very popular gun. You got one of those too, don't you?
Yeah.
How many of these do you have? One of each?
Is the ATF watching?
No, just kidding. You don't own any of these guns.
Slick pistol.
P10C is a slick pistol.
They came out and they called it the Glock killer.
Yeah.
Because it was cheaper than the Glock, had a better trigger out of the factory, those are 2 enormous factors right there. Because Glock's already like $600. And the first thing people do is go put a trigger in it, which is like $150 to $200 on the low end.
Yeah.
Unless you get like a trigger bar or something, which is like $30, which I don't think makes that big of a difference. But, you have a serious investment in some money there. Or you get your CZ for like $4.99 is what they're running some places. And it's already got a killer trigger out of the box.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I've seen people do like I'm going to make it fail test to make it look bad. Dude, just go shoot one. They're really, really good looking, good shooting guns. But that's one for sure. It's got a little bit of an aggressive texture to it.
Yeah, it's rough.
You wear that one on your back and you're kind of, that'll kind of get wear thin a minute.
It ain't going to slip out of your hand, that's for sure. It may cut into your hand, but it's not going to slip. It's going to grab.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a very comprehensive list.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good one, and we did a little blog post about that. We'll link to that in the description as well.
Yep.
So go check that out. Read all about those, and of course, holsters for all those at whiteheadholster.com.
Are also linked into the blog post.
Are also linked in the blog post.
So if you find the gun, click on the name. It'll take you right to all the holsters that we make for them.
Easy peasy. Can't make it any easier than that.
No, we're doing all the work for you.
I know.
All you need to do is go, I like that gun. Now I got a holster for it.
Exactly. That's how it's supposed to be, man.
That's it.
All right.
We're like the Amazon of holsters.
Well, yeah. Except all of our stuff is good stuff.
And it's handmade, so it's not 2-day prime shipping.
No, and it's not 2-day prime shipping, but it's worth the wait.
You know what? We're better than Amazon. We're not like Amazon.
We're not the Amazon. We are the, I don't know, some other great company analogy.
We'll let you know in episode 9.
Yeah, we'll think of a better analogy for that. All right. Well,
Cut
that's
that
a good
part out.
All right. That's a good gun segment, man. Let's move on to stuffs.
Let's get some stuff done. All right, man, some stuff.
Let's get into some stuffs today.
Well, Black Friday is...
Start
it's been a week now since Black Friday.
Yeah, it was more like Gun Friday.
Yeah. Every Black Friday has been like Gun
More
Friday.
like Black Powder Friday.
Yeah. So Black Friday this year, I read an article that said that Americans bought enough guns on Black Friday to arm the Marine Corps. Right? Now, I want you to think about something.
Yay, America!
They said, like, they estimated very low. They were like 200,000 guns were I don't know if that's true. They said that the background checks that went through were just second to... I can't remember when the date was. We'll put a link.
We'll figure it out.
Here. It was basically the second largest Black Friday that we've ever had. And the funny thing about that is you do a background check one time for one person who could be buying 10 guns. Yeah. But it's one background check. So they're like, oh, there was 200,000 background checks. Well, if you have a concealed carry permit, you don't have to do a background check.
It's true.
And more people with permits buy guns.
Yes.
So you could estimate that it's probably more than 400,000.
That's probably a safe estimate.
Right?
That's a lot of guns,
and
bro.
I knew a lot of people when I was working in gun shops that come in, they wouldn't leave without buying 2.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a sale.
Yeah, man.
You know? So that is such a low conservative number. I read just right before we came in here that they said that privately owned, there's now more than 400 million guns in the United States and 81 billion rounds of ammunition privately owned.
That's just crazy to think about.
You know? And I'm all about the...
No wonder we have so many mass shootings all the time. Who needs their own AR-15s? It's a weapon of war, mass destruction, killing the kids.
I'm sure Beto asks himself that every morning whenever he sulking looking at himself in the mirror.
Who cares? Irrelevant.
Yeah, I know.
He made himself irrelevant. So did the next person we're going to talk about, Kamala Harris.
That's right.
So
That's right.
Apparently the whole banning gun discussion is not doesn't go over well in polling.
No.
In polling data, because Kamala Harris has dropped out.
Yes, because she can't raise no more money.
She can't raise no more money.
And also nobody wants her there. So those are two pretty important things.
Yeah. She started off, I heard, as the top 3 fundraiser. Mm-hmm. She started off really well. But, oh well, I'm not going to cry about it.
Listen, man, like, out of all of them, the only one that I've actually heard, and he's probably the craziest one. Bernie Sanders is the only one who has stood up on a public podium and said that trying to restrict or ban guns is an infringement on the Second Amendment. And you're not supposed to do that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, I didn't think that we had anything that we agreed on, you know? And then he started talking about socialism stuff, and I was like, I'm back at it again.
Yeah, no,
but,
no.
You know, everybody else is pushing against it, and, you know, it's showing. Yeah. They're starting to really kind of drop out because somebody just keeps picking up the torch and going, well, no, we're going to run with this gun thing. You know, and it's not panning out. No,
dude. I mean, they should be well aware at this point that is not a winning strategy.
It isn't a winning strategy, and it's not going to get any better because... Cool. I didn't put it in the whatever section. We talked about Virginia.
Yeah.
Doing...
Oh, yeah.
Virginia has like a Bloomberg elected governor, right? Because now Bloomberg's thrown his hat in the race with all his money, and that's what I was watching live this morning was his...
That'll be a great use of funds.
End gun violence with his suggestions. And nothing makes me more upset than whenever he's got his little microphone, his little wispy little voice, and he's telling people, I do think that there are times where it's okay to infringe on your rights. No, it is not okay. But Virginia's got all these bills that they're passing, and they're talking about gun confiscation. It's a felony to protest at an open carry rally if you have an open carry gun. It's a felony to go to the shooting range and practice, or to practice jiu-jitsu or Krav Maga. Anything that would allow you to have an inkling of self-defense.
Yeah, it's insane,
or
man.
be able to resist someone, they're making a felony.
I mean, the thing I don't get is any rational person would understand that is not reasonable.
And here's where it gets great. A sheriff's department in Virginia is so upset about this whole thing that he said he would deputize every single person in the community so that they could rise up and fight back against restrictive gun laws.
Wow.
I was like, dude, you just made you're basically saying I'm going to create an army, because they're just doing sanctuary city, where they're just saying we're not going to enforce these laws. It's a restriction on the Constitution. It's a infringement on your Second Amendment right. And now he's saying, if you want to keep pushing, I'll just deputize everybody as a sworn law enforcement officer, and we'll just do what we got to do.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever come to that. I really don't.
No.
But
it's good to know.
Because but I tell you what it may come to is the posturing. The minute, because you don't see a lot of armed conservative concealed carriers protesting a lot. Why? Because we got better things to do, and we mind our own business for the most part, just like we want the government to mind their own business. But if we feel threatened enough, all it's going to take is 100,000 well-armed American citizens protesting in the street with arms displayed. I think people will back off of that pretty quick.
Yeah. See, and that's why I'm the kind of guy that's like, we should totally be allowed to have tanks, bazookas, full. You know what I mean? Just find that one guy that had the money enough to have a couple tanks and just roll out into the street.
I know a guy who knows a guy that's got a tank.
And just say we're not going to have. But I mean, Bloomberg's pushing real hard on that gun violence stuff.
Good luck, bro.
And I'm just like, it's not.
It's never going to happen.
Take an example from the people that they're dropping like flies, man. Their funding is drying up. They've got people that don't, even Democrat people that are with them are going, whoa.
Yeah.
You're pushing a little too far.
There's plenty of
I
Democrats.
agree with like free healthcare and stuff, but what are you trying to do?
Yeah, I still want the right to protect my family.
Yeah.
There's plenty of Democrats that conceal carry, man, and understand and have a firearm at home for self-defense. And there's plenty of people that do. It's not a winning strategy. I think that's been proven. Well, we'll see what happens with that, man. Let's jump into what ifs today.
Let's get into some whatever.
Whatevers. What's illegal in London?
Knives.
And guns.
And common sense.
I was telling my kids about this, but I'm not going to give it away yet. I'm sure most of y'all probably already know what it is, but I was telling my kids about it. I was like, so check this out. London, they banned guns. Nobody can have guns, and they have shootings all the time. So they decided, people started stabbing each other more often, so they decided to ban knives. So they did this thing, you can't carry knives, and they even put collection bins so you could anonymously turn in your knives, and someone stole the collection bins full of knives. I just thought that was hilarious. So, London Bridge attack, guy goes crazy, starts hacking at people with a knife. Of course, nobody has knives to defend themselves or guns.
No, they're just helpless meat sack victims.
What do you do in that circumstance?
You just say, stab me, get it over with.
Yeah. But
that's what London wants you to do.
But this fella decided not to.
Yeah.
He fought back.
Yeah.
With the awesomest weapon ever.
This is my kind of guy. Because this guy was in his building he works in.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And every single day he goes to work, he looked at this item up on the wall and he went, if something ever goes down,
I'm snatching that something.
Here we go.
And he did.
So, what'd he grab?
Dude grabbed a 5-foot narwhal tusk and went charging at the dude like a spear, man, with the narwhal tusk. That is great.
Hey, man.
That is great.
Use what you've got, and he killed it, dude.
Yeah, he did.
He's like,
Not literally.
he's like
But he
antique
did.
narwhal tusk on display in my office.
No.
Weapon.
That's a spear, bro.
Yeah. He's like, no knives?
Narwhal tusks are magical too. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
As soon as he touched the guy with it, he turned into a rabbit. And they filleted him and ate him for dinner. So that's how they caught the London Bridge attacker.
That's dope.
Narwhal tusk turned him into a rabbit.
They put him in a rabbit trap.
Hell yeah, dude. No, he just turned him into a rabbit, snatched him up by his ears, smacked him a couple times, threw him in a pot of stew.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's actually dead.
He's dead.
He got
eaten.
shot.
Yeah, he did get shot.
Yeah. And then eaten, I guess.
Eventually. After he got speared with a narwhal tusk and
Yeah.
smacked around by some patrons.
Now, what I really wanted to know,
Yeah.
and of course, I don't have the time to go through all the comments of all the news sources that posted that, but I would love to get just a written tally of how many people don't know what a narwhal is
Yeah.
or think it's not a real creature.
Yeah. It is real.
You know what I mean? They go, no, narwhals and unicorns don't exist. No, dude, they're real.
Yeah, actually, they're both real. Did you know that?
Uh-huh.
Unicorns
All
are for
right,
real.
so next.
So, speaking of Britain,
Yeah,
old Prince Andrew got himself some hot water.
yeah.
Oh man, what's wrong with these people? bro?
Rubbing dirty elbows with old Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, rubbing their dirty elbows together. Oh, don't touch my wings. And they're doing horrible things. And man, it's just it's funny, but it's not. What I find entertaining, I think what most people find entertaining about the entertainment value of this is someone who's supposed to be above reproach and like this idyllic, lifestyle based on royal history and tradition and all of these things, and supposed to be above reproach and something to aspire to as a sign of excellence. Nah, dude, this is a filthy old man.
Well, you know what? I think the thing that I love most about this story, and I really wish it would happen here, is like the second that they caught wind of his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein and the fact that he had, that young woman came out that he's pictured with. And I heard him in an interview verbatim say, "Yes, that's me. I don't know who she is. And I don't know whose hand that is on her," as he's like this.
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't know whose hand that is." He's like, "I don't remember anything about that." Just the fact that he knew the guy.
Yeah.
They canceled his birthday. They made him step back from all of his royal duties. Like he's
lost
like
all his
being
titles,
put back
yeah.
in the corner.
They're like, go to your room.
And over
and
here,
stay there.
they're like, Clinton. It's
crazy,
insane.
It is insane.
Like they know what it is.
Oh yeah.
And they are trying to do damage control in a sense, especially because his interview went so terribly.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was getting to.
But over here, they're like,
yeah, they don't even care.
No.
But the funny part about it is, as respectable as he's supposed to be, to see him in the interview, he's just so bumbly, and
that is true.
he's trying to cover his tracks and not doing a good job of it. That's what's entertaining about it. The whole thing is disgusting, but it's entertaining to see someone fall so hard and so publicly.
Yeah. And it's just the beginning, man.
Yeah, it is. Well, let's not talk too much about that because I don't want to get suicided. I don't want that. Oh, you saw the man? Yeah. As soon as I say that, I can think immediately about what's his name doing the recreation.
Steven Crowder
Steven
doing
Crowder.
his Epstein didn't kill himself.
Epstein didn't kill himself special, live
Yeah.
special.
That was
live
awesome, man.
That was awesome.
That was
He was
awesome.
really going at it.
He tried really hard.
Yeah.
And
I think
just
they
wanna let-
eventually got there, but they didn't have to.
He needed help.
Yeah, he needed a lot of help. He needed some help to get to the proper pressures.
That was basically what it all came down to. Is you can hang yourself in the exact replica jail that he created, under all the circumstances that the guards said that he died under, if somebody else killed him.
Yeah, if someone else helps you,
Yeah.
then it's possible.
Yeah. If somebody else grabs your legs, does that while you're hung to the
Oh,
the
man.
deal,
Good stuff.
it's crazy, man.
Well, I think we'll wrap it up there for the show, man. Anything
right.
else you want to talk about today? We'll save the rest for next week's.
Nah, I got
There's
nothing.
some other good stuff coming up.
I got nothing.
Christmas is coming up. We'll talk more about that next week, too. Lots of fun stuff for that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your continued support for our show and for White Hat 2. It's more appreciated than we could ever express, really.
Very much so.
But we love doing this. It's a lot of fun for us, and we hope it's fun for you, too. Let us know what you think. Leave comments. Leave suggestions for other topics that you'd like to see or anything that you'd like to converse with us about. Please let us know, and we'd be happy to correspond with you in any way. As always, God bless. Be safe.
See you later.
Peace out.